Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 3 here today on the channel. We have episode 4 of my Kislev series, playing as Tzarina Katarin of the Ice Court. Here today, we're going to push forward towards the Hell Pit to get rid of Clan Mulder, hopefully. And we also should soon as well have our first Rift event for us to venture into the Chaos Realm. So, if you'd like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. Alright, so we're going to move Katarin just a little bit closer there to Clan Mulder. We've taken the Northern Oblast as well through a recent confederation. Things are looking up in Kislev. We're slowly but surely rebuilding and reforming the Frozen Empire. We do have to keep a watchful eye on the Chaos Legion and maybe Kastalton to some extent as well to the north there. Trade agreement, sure. We want to try and keep amicable relations with the Empire. Oh, here we go. We've got a cutscene or something here.
The god bear roars in pain. A death rattle felt across the dimensions. Its arcane energy rips across the mortal plane, creating rifts and scarring the world with gateways into the Chaos Realms. The Tome of Fates knows all. The rifts are our opportunity to reach the Chaos Realms. Now, I truly earn my fee. And yet, a gateway opens both ways. While we may traverse the rifts to enter the realm of chaos, or even be transported to far-flung areas of this world, we must close the gateways not required, or the demon tide that flows forth will lay your lands in ruin.
Okay, so the Rift event is now started. We've got a couple throughout our lands, which we're going to have to deal with now. We might not be able to take out Clan Mulder, because I'm going to have to send Katarin through the Rift at some point. I'm trying to think, where should we go through first? I think Slanicious. Yeah, I think that's where I want to go for. Then maybe Nurgle. Oh, maybe Khorne, actually. We'll see how we go. But we'll try and close these rifts in our general vicinity. So, let's close this one. A decisive victory. So, I will be auto-resolving a lot of these rifts, because they can get quite annoying. But I'll play this one for the first time, because this is our first one. So, just an Kossar spam army. We should be able to make quick work of these Khorne warriors. So, this is our first bit of taste and tease of what Chaos has to offer. So, there aren't too many, 5 or so, rifts in our land, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, we'll venture into Slanicious realm, because that seems to be the easiest to go through. Alright, I just want to make sure to target their heavier infantry first, maybe get a couple to get on the Warhounds, but their center here of their Chaos Warriors are going to be the most heavy hitters. Their shields are blocking a bit, those Chaos Warriors of Khorne. But now that they've turned, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Hit them on the angle there. Alright, so now maybe target the general and try and diversify some of the shots if they're coming around. Perfect. Okay, and we should actually be able to deal with these bloodletters now and a couple of others. Right, let's just swing around here so we can get some different angles, hit them from both sides and rear. There we go. And those hounds are coming back in here now. But yeah, depending of course whatever faction you play as and your strengths and weaknesses, but I'd probably recommend for both Kislev and Cathay to go with Slanicious or Khorne first. They're probably the easier two. Nurgle, the main problem is just the amount of attrition. So if you've got a lot of abilities to counter attrition, you might be okay. But yeah, I tend to go with Nurgle and Tzeentch last. Especially Tzeentch, that is just so RNG, that one. The ports are so annoying. So we've managed to crush our first Khorne Chaos invasion. Okay, so let's move you back to friendly and allied territory to get that replenishment back. And we'll just get some more Kossars in as well. Still pretty early in the campaign. We're still mostly using Kossars just because they're so cheap and effective. Alright, back over westward. Right, that gets us some more rifts that we can do. But it's still going to be a while before we can modernise our army. With, of course, just better quality units. Like, we just don't have the money just yet to get Ice Guard sword spam. The bow and dual sword infantry are really good. And we really can't get the Warbear Riders as well until we get Boris in. Because Boris's unique trait is to have half of the upkeep, because they're quite expensive, the Warbears. Alright. So, we've got a little bit of money in the bank. We're doing quite well.
My rule, my decision.
I think, yeah, we should just send her to the realm. That's a shame that we're not going to be able to hit the Hell Pit. But we don't want to be too far behind on it. So, a couple of options. I think we'll go into Slanicious realm.
The realm of chaos, a place unbound. The constraints of the mortal dimensions have no effect here. Only the whims of the dark gods matter. Yet there are places where no ruinous power claims influence. In the Forge of Souls, Bellicor lurks, and Ursun dies. Until we have the 4 Demon Prince souls, it will remain out of reach. The Dark Prince's realm. Temptation, lust, and gluttony abound in this realm of desire. Confronting Slanicious champion will not be easy, for they are found within the 6 circles of seduction. As you journey inward, know that you will be lured by temptations beyond any your tepid imagination could conjure. In the center lies the Palace of Slanish, a monument to perpetual lust, excess, and debauchery.
Okay, so we've entered Slanicious realm. This one isn't too complicated. You basically just have to go down these portals, which are basically like lily pads, like jumping pads. You can go into Force March. I'd nearly recommend it on the earlier difficulties, because you're probably not going to get intercepted, but you just got to be careful. Okay, face off. So we've got... we can allow the farming. We can burn it all. Yeah, I guess we just get rid of the chaos corruption. I don't want it to grow. Yeah, so we'll slowly but surely make our way down. Oh, Nakari's here. Okay. That might complicate things. But yeah. This one just takes a bit of time, which can be annoying. 8 or so turns. You do get more gifts as you traverse down. We're not going to accept any of them, even though they're quite decent bonuses. But it's just annoying that we can't use Tzarina Katarin back in Kislev. We're going to have to rely on our secondary armies. So we've got some small minor chaos uprisings here, just because of the public order in Duckley's Forest, as we've recently taken it. And we do have some of those sort of chaos osmosis there. Alright, so let's try and get some military alliances. I do want to try and keep really good relations with dwarves and the Empire, because ideally I'd love to get some outposts eventually. They're quite expensive, but I'd love to get their units. Alright, so we've got more Norskins looking to go south. We could get a secondary army here in our eastern front. Just because we've got so many rifts, like, just because we've got a full sec here, I might actually divide it so they can go and close. As more of these rifts events open up, every 30 or so turns, the armies do get quite strong. But 11 units in an army, even with Kossar Bowmen, the auto resolve, we should be able to do so, it'll be favourable. But if not, we can definitely manually play it. Alright, back over in Slanicious Chaos Realm. We're still descending. I can't see any armies nearby. And this secondary ring here, we will need to go down, which is annoying. We've got the Chaos trait, which we'll have to get rid of once we put Tzarina Katarin back in Kislev. But we'll see how we go. Faction encountered, the Western Provinces. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. So now he's coming with us as well. We're having a bit of competition here in Slanicious realm. So thankfully we haven't been intercepted just yet, but just check out the crazy rewards, 40,000. So this one is just more time consuming. It's not difficult. If anything, the rewards are the tempting challenge. Alright, back over diplomacy wise. We're still quite unfriendly with Kistalton. Can't make peace with Kalamald or anyone just yet. Oh, we can make a confederation with the Brotherhood of the Bear. That will give us some negative effects, but I think we'll do it so we can secure more of the Duckley's Forest. And we'll do so. So that means there's only, what, 2 more Kislev factions left? Myself and one other. Alright, we are hemorrhaging cash now, which is quite insane, but we have managed to gain a secondary army. That's going to be huge in helping us deal with these rifts, actually. We might be able to use this to our advantage. Tzarina's still doing okay. And you're still pushing further south. So what do we get? Whoa, that's a big army there. I guess we close this rift. Even though it's the one that Katarin went into. I believe she gets spawned back at Kislev, which would be ideal. We might even be able to push into Clan Mulder with this. But, yeah. They're really bunkered in. That's the only thing. Like, look at this, right? 13 units with Throt, and then a full stack, and they've got, like, Plague Claw catapults, and they've got a secondary army. Like, they're really just bunkering in. We had a couple of potential interceptions and options in the last episode to attack them, but they just kept on running away. Typical Skaven, running away with their tails between their legs. I'm going to get rid of some of these armoured Cossards here. They're really quite expensive. I only like the shielded variant. Just on these harder difficulties, missiles just rip all through them. So we'll move you further down to Kislev as there is a rift there we should close. But you do get a decent amount of money from closing these. They're not too challenging. Alright, so let's break down this barracks here. And we want to continue with Orthodox shrines where we can as well. And I might even auto some of these generals. We're getting to the point we've got so many of them. Oh, that's a shame. So we've actually been attacked in Plitsk here. We've got some invading Norscan marauders. Yeah, I just think there's too many of them. So, unfortunately, it's a close defeat there. As long as they don't raise it, I'll be okay. So they sacked it, which is annoying, seeing we're hemorrhaging quite a decent amount of cash. Oh, Kislev's been attacked. No way, really? Oh, I guess an army came through the rift. We'll repair. It's not going to cost us too much and a little bit of devotion. But we'll have to send some armies there to protect that flank. Alright, back down in Kislev. Look, we might play this one. Because if it's a siege and defense of Kislev, that'll be quite fun. Because the garrison in Kislev is quite big. And also, we've got an elemental bear, which I haven't played with in Warhammer 3. So we'll be able to play with that on the battle map. Super expensive. I don't know if it's overly too good. So what I've sort of played through units-wise, it's the Warbears that are really quite good, and the Ice Guard. But anyway, let's deal with Nurgle here, and let's fight some. Alright, the Battle of Kislev. So it's an open field battle. It would have been cool. I wanted to see if, like a defensive siege, that'd be cool. But we're going to have to come out. We might see Kislev in the background, though. You never know. Because some of the most cool-looking settlements are your capitals, and quite often, if you throw your campaign, your capitals can get sieged and attacked, but quite often you can not actually defensively play the siege of your own capital. So it's not unsurprising for most people to not have the defensive siege of Kislev. I don't think I ever had a defensive siege of Altdorf as well. That's like a really cool settlement as well. So looking at this army build, a lot of Kossars, an Elemental Bear. I can't wait to see how that performs on the battlefield against these squishy and blobby Nurgle units. No, so we can't even see Kislev in the background. But here he is, the fearsome, the huge, enormous Elemental Bear. Oh my god. He just looks like a Godzilla. Oh my god. What are they called? It's not Gaijin. That's like white Japanese. It's foreigner. That's foreigner, basically. Oh, what is it? Kaijin. I think it's something similar. Whatever they're called, I can't remember. They're like a race of big species. King Kong and Godzilla. But looking at Nurgle's army, nothing too crazy. They're flying. Units are going to be the more annoying to deal with. So we'll try and wrap my Kislev cavalry on the right. And we'll get my wing lancers in as well. I'm going to go for a three-pronged attack on this Nurgle unit on the left. So if we can hit it from all sides, we should be able to crush and capitulate it. So we're in a good position now to hit them. For Kislev! Let's purge these men of chaos. We've defeated a Khorne army. This is our first time facing Nurgle in this series. Okay, so I want to go with hammer and anvil and rapid attacks. I want to advance as well. We've got a bunch of Kossars, and even with Kossars with spears, that I'm not a huge fan of, but we need to get them dispersing and using some of that ammunition. Okay, so my cavalry does seem to be kiting away Nurgle's flying units, which is perfect, and they seem to be fully distracted from my Elemental Bear, so we'll try and sand that in. There's even some Nurglings here as well. You can barely see them. They're blending into the topography and foliage of this battle map. Okay, so my cavalry have taken limited casualties. So let's just get them to continue to kite. One of these generals has a fireball. So we have 2 boyars and a patriarch there as well with support. We've also got some Ice Guard as well. I can't wait to eventually make most of my armies into that, because I would recommend, if you like playing this style of play or are capable of doing so, early on, probably for the first 30-40 turns depending on your economy, play with Kossars. They're really quite strong at this moment in build I'm playing, and then once you get to sort of turn 50 and 60 or whenever you hit the economy able to do so, get some of those Ice Guard. The sword variant, though, I haven't tried out the next, essentially spear or halberd variant yet, but they're very quite cool, and maybe getting a couple war bears as well in your army, like the riders. They are very, very strong. The only problem is with Kislev, they've got a lot of fantastic units, but the upkeep is insane. Like the Ice Guard and sword, you do need a decent economy. The war bears are like 400 gold upkeep, but if you can get them, that's why a lot of people use the war bear riders with Boris once you unlock him with his quest battle, which we're still yet to do. But he halves them from about 400 to about 200 or so, which is quite a bit. But so far, fierce fighting has broken out on the outskirts of Kislev, as the Elemental Bear is trying to take out Nurgle's flying atrocities. And the brave sons of Kislev throw back the beasts of Nurgle from whence they came. Oh my god, I'm not going to lie, this Elemental Bear is at half health. It is struggling quite a bit. It's not as strong as I would have thought. Now, I don't know if a Elemental Bear Doomstack is the play, potentially. But we lost 85 men from the garrison, and the putrid swarm that came out of the rift has now been destroyed and thrown back. So, we were a little bit caught unawares by the rift event, and we were actually getting to the stage where we only just had enough to have enough finances to get more armies. So unfortunately we didn't close that one at Kislev too quickly, and then it shot out an army. We will need to send this army into the rift to try and close it now, which would be good. Alright, we might be able to do that now as well, actually. Just advance from our position. And close the rift. So you do have to be careful. You don't want to overextend too much in Warhammer 3 in this Realm of Chaos campaign, because then you just have to deal with more rift events. Okay, so we've also got a bunch of military alliances as well, so hopefully we can have some AI helping us out, because sometimes the rifts that pop up aren't exactly in your territory, they're like bordering it, so you want to have your allies, particularly men of the Empire and dwarves nearby, so that they can close the rifts. Okay, we've got some more Norscan marauders coming down into my territory. They were the ones that sacked Plisk. We're ahead of Kostaltin now. We did miss the first one, which is kind of annoying. So we lost 2,000 gold, but now that we've got Orthodox shrines everywhere, we've got the territory, we're going to basically snowball to a confederation with him. Looks like Clan Mulder has moved an army out here as well, and an army of Tzeentch has been spawned. Alright, so we've actually managed to divide and conquer these units here. One's pushed south, the other one's pushed north. So we're not really dealing with rifts on this eastern front. We're now dealing with marauding armies. We should be able to catch it now. Oh, it's just out of range. It's a shame the Steam Workshop isn't up just yet, because I do want to try and heavily mod my game. Because, for example, this is a prime example what annoys the hell out of me. I know you can focus on getting movements points, but even sometimes it's not enough. There's a fantastic mod that I love to use that allows you to have... You can even change the modifier. It's usually a 10 even a 10-50% increase of movement in your own territory can allow you to run down enemy armies, so you're not wasting time like that. Oh, thankfully this Tzeentch army seems to have moved westward into Nordland, away from Erengrad. Maybe because the garrison's too big. Maybe Tzeentch thinks he can find an easier enemy against the Nordlings. So we can do the Boris quest now as well. We've unlocked it. So we're going to have to do that once Tzarina Katarin comes back. We might even need to upgrade our army, because it's quite a decent army in that battle. Alright, for the motherland, we're currently about 150 or so, and Kostaltin is 112. So we beat him to the second one. I think I might go with Saliak so we can get more replenishments in our lands. Because we're definitely going to need it with the amount of corruption going on. Yeah, Throt's coming into the fray, which is annoying. Not the most crazy army, but thankfully he's not camping in the hell pit. Because unless you have sort of a mid to high tier army, when two armies camp in a region capital, it's basically an impossible siege. Alright, so we've managed to catch them here finally, which is good. So we'll just add some more devotion to our ranks. But yeah, if Throt comes any close to us, we'll play a battle against the disgusting Skaven legendary lord. Oh, it looks like they're even besieging Norden there. We could go and help, but we'll see how we go. Alright, we're getting really quite close to the palace in Slanicious. Tzarina Katarin's actually gone up a +5, and I've also autoed basically everything else, or need to, because we're getting to the point where you just do so much micro. I have like a handful of lords that I like and can care about, but look, does it really matter? The general in the 4th army, his skill points, I don't really care overly that much. As long as they get like Arcane Conduit, and they get like war bears that they ride, I'm not overly too fussed. Like, I feel like you've got to delegate some things in Warhammer 3. Like, I'm not that so overreaching. I don't mind. We'll get the minus upkeep there. Alright, I guess we've got to deal with Throt now. We've got 3 armies potentially going to intercept him. And we'll play this one. So, we'll move you here. It should be a good fight. I don't know what Throt's trait is in Warhammer 3. I can't even remember what it was in Warhammer 2. But we'll march on in. But yeah, I feel like you got to delegate stuff in Warhammer 3. Kind of like with Football Manager. You got to delegate some of the roles. But I do fully acknowledge that some people love playing every single aspect of the game. They're like managing all aspects of it. So let's get stuck into the battle. Oh, wait, what? unfortunately, guys, we just had a game crash. I don't know if it was because I put 3 armies in here, but it's just annoying. It sometimes happens. There are still land battles that crash. I don't really have a problem with sieges, but yeah, the game crash. That's so annoying. Yeah, for whatever reason, the area in Voltsgrad here keeps on crashing, so we're gonna have to auto-resolve, which is a shame. That was a clear-cut victory, a decisive one, but I just really wanted to play it for you guys. That's just pissed me off. Alright, diplomacy-wise, we're going to be able to get maybe defensive alliances with Ostermark and Karak, so then we can get Dwarf and Empire units. Soon, maybe even Stirland as well. But so far, the Empire and their elector counts seem to be doing quite well in this campaign. They're surviving. They haven't been overwhelmed by the forces of chaos too much, or Scrag and the ogres in the west. I guess we sign a non-aggression with the vampires. Nope, they're not interested. Okay guys, welcome to the top of the turn. So, we're going to be doing the assault on Slanicious Palace. Now, I will be auto-resolving it, because personally I don't enjoy these survival tower defense battles. To be honest, they just go for way too long. And I've already played one before. I feel like for a second time there's no replayability, so I definitely don't want to do it. So, if you do want to go see the assault on Slanicious Palace, I do go recommend checking out my Cathay playlist, which I've done all of them. They go for about an hour or so. So if you want to see Nurgle, Slanesh, and Zinches, go check out that playlist. But, yep, we've finished Slanicious Realm now. And we'll play the cutscene for you guys.
The first soul harvested. When all 4 have been gathered, they will combine into a single light, revealing a shadow path to the Forge of Souls. Then Ursun will be within our reach. But what's this? The tome consumes the soul's energy, reaching across time, revealing secrets.
It was the Old Ones that shaped this world into a paradise. Yet the power they harnessed to move sun and rock could not be tamed. Raw magic erupted from the great cataclysm, flowing forth from a realm of chaos. So came the demons. They hunted the mortals, feeding on their souls. Yet one of their prey betrayed his kin and embraced the gods of chaos. They gifted him demonhood, and he became the first demon prince, Be'lakor. He clawed at the world, scarred it with his armies, reveling in the bloodshed. Those who seek power will always want more, and Be'lakor's lust was the greatest of all.
Gods of chaos, have I not fed you souls? Have I not given you the world? Give me more power. Answer me!
The 4 gods punished the demon prince for his arrogance. They took everything. His armies, his power, his form. Cursed to roam the world as a shadow amongst the shadows, powerless for eternity.
Damn the gods.
Be'lakor has spent millennia planning his revenge on the Chaos Gods. What twisted scheme has his dark mind constructed?
Okay, welcome back. Oh, so Tzarina Katarin actually spawned at that rift anyway, even though we closed it. Oh, okay. Anyway, that doesn't matter. We did lose a fair few Kossars in the process, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be remodernizing the army anyway. We're getting to the point where we're going to need at least, I'm kind of thinking, let me know what units you guys have been playing with and what you would recommend, but I think we'll go with an Ice Guard sword build, and I know they're expensive, and particularly we haven't got Boris. I think we'll get a couple of Warbear riders here and there, but we might even too, as well, get some units from the dwarves in the north here, because we've got a pretty decent alliance. They're actually doing alright in the Chaos Wastes. Quite often, the dwarves there in this character, they quite often get attacked by like various chaos factions. They also have got like Norskins everywhere around them. We've got Nurgle and the Demon Prince on the border. Back down, I'm just having a quick look here. Back down in Slovenia, we might actually be able to make a play here because the vampires have actually nearly been destroyed. Waldorf, Schwarzhafen are on the back foot. Like it might be worth us to send an army down there. Also, now that we've finished Slanicious realm, we've got a bit of a cash injection. We will need to build the prerequisite buildings, which it just takes so long to actually get to here as well. That's why you need to focus on growth buildings and money so early on. We've got little Groms as well. I think I want to go down the building tree to get. Yeah, I'm gonna the Ice Guard. I think we prioritize them and then the Warbear Riders because we're gonna get Boris soon as well. And then once we have the money to support those armies, which is gonna cost a lot. But Kislev, once you can snowball a bit, they can have a better economy than Cathay, in my opinion. We might get some little Groms in. Yeah, but even the Warbear Riders, it's a higher tier building. So we're gonna have to save up a little bit, I guess. We can even get elemental bears, maybe one or two if you guys want. I just don't think they're good. Alright, welcome to the top of the turn. So we want to try and secure Duckley's Forest and just get rid of the last of those Norskins that have been a pain in my side for this entire series. So we'll move Stepan here. It's a valiant defeat, but will the order resolve change once we outnumber them 2 to 1? So we'll bring a half a stack and see what we're looking at. Perfect. Let's auto-resolve that. Oh, awesome. We didn't lose any of them. We managed to bring enough Kossars that we managed to share out the damage. Perfect. And honestly, I'd nearly make peace with the Norscan Marauders here. Alright, back over in the Hell Pit. We're still dealing with Throt. Now, I've already beaten him once. It's annoying that we weren't able to play him on the battlefield, but this is a Pyrrhic victory. This actually might be one of those auto-resolves this might be one of those battles we need to auto-resolve. Because that is a lot. I don't feel confident, like, sieging that. Like, there are so many fantastic units, particularly on this difficulty. Like, the Skaven in a defensive siege like that, those Rat Ogres, the Hell Pit Abominations, I think we'd lose too many. But we've secured the Hell Pit now, which is good. I might even break that down, to be honest. Alright, so I've skipped a little bit ahead. I've sent Stepan south. It looks like Castle Drakenhof actually might fall to Stirlin or Ostermark. So we still have a total of 4 armies in operation now. Stepan, after dealing with the Norskins, is now head south. So we'll have the a battle against the vampires, I guess. I've also built the prerequisite buildings to get some Ice Guard swords in. So after taking the Hell Pit, Tzarina Katarin is now back at Kislev. And we've got the recruitment going. We've also got another army here protecting my border near Kastalton. But so far, we're in a really good position in this campaign. We've got a bunch of military alliances. Toddy's doing alright down there as well. Marienburg is still alive. So thankfully, we've sort of got the RNG of the Elector Counts and the sort of the dwarves as well. Like the Men of the West, I guess, and even sort of the good guys doing alright. So we'll just join a war there to go at war with the vampire counts. and push on here. So, like, yeah, even, like, Vlad has been destroyed to some extent. Okay, close defeat. That's alright. We'll build some siege equipment. We'll play this one. So that'll be quite cool. We'll be able to share the province. But, yeah, look, it's mostly dwarves there. Like, Zulfbar, Karak Kadring with Ungrim Iron Fist. So, I think it's worth going down here and taking Castle Drakenhulf because it's quite a large settlement. And it will provide us with a lot of cash. We also can get some outposts as well. I guess we put one in Ostermark and maybe in the dwarves in the north. Hopefully we can get some better quality Empire units. I'd love to use some of their artillery. Like, dude, if we get a Hellstorm rocket battery or maybe some crazy dwarf cannons, that'd be awesome for this Kislev series. What do they want? Karak? No. Oh! We've been attacked. Alrighty, so we'll fight this one. It's a Pyrrhic victory. Our first battle against the Empire. Oh, sorry, the vampires. I'm excited. This is so demoralizing. You've got to be shitting me. I don't know what's going on with these field battles. They keep on crashing. It's just annoying more than anything because I want to play the damn battles and they're not hard either. It's just because I'm still playing on an early access save, technically. So, yeah, please take into consideration that, yeah, I'm on an early access build and there are bugs still, which is annoying, but the game's been fully updated now. Maybe I should have waited until the game fully released and played on the latest version of it. Because they fixed all the visual tearing that was in the previous versions that I played in my Cathay campaign. Because we had like a lot of visual bugs which were ironed out. But yeah, I don't know why it keeps on crashing on open field battles. That's annoying because we had to do the same with Throt and now this. Hopefully it can fix itself over the next couple of episodes, but that's just annoying. I really wanted to play that one, and it would have been a fun one. Anyway, got to end things on a sour note. Thank you very much for watching. Pretty big episode here. We've managed to successfully complete and finish our first Chaos Realm, which is Slanicious. We've also starting to modernize our armies. We're starting to go to a mid to high tier army build, moving away from the sweaty, strong Kossar variants at the start, so we can get some Ice Guard in as well. We might get some War Bears here as well. I think we might even make a play to do the Boris quest battle as well. I kind of want to bring him in as my secondary legendary lord. And we're still making our way to confederate with Castalton, of course. We've still got more Realms of Chaos to do. I'm thinking Khorne or Nurgle. I try to leave Zinch till last, but let me know in the comments. But thank you very much for watching. We've managed to survive our first Rift event, but things will obviously get harder as the game progresses. But thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more Warhammer 3 on the channel. And I'm going to play the outro now. Take care, guys. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.